Hey guys, welcome to KW Sports. My name's Tanzim, this is Tarek with me. And today, you've probably heard about all the drama in regards to Australia and the ball tampering in South Africa, and Bancroft, Steve Smith, and Dave Warner all copying consequences as a result. So today we wanted to discuss that a little bit in depth. And so what I wanted to kind of ask you, Tarek, is that do you think the kind of punishments were justified in regards to what happened in South Africa?
Yeah, I do think they're justified, mainly because they got caught on camera, and if they didn't get caught, who knows what could happen in the future. I mean, in that circumstance, like rubbing sandpaper on a ball, it can make quite a considerable difference to the ball. And so, like, if they got away with it once, who knows how many other matches would have happened, and we actually don't know how many times this has happened before. So, I mean, Steve Smith said it never occurred, but like we don't actually know that.
Yeah, it's like even Bancroft, like I mentioned, he was like sticky tape when he was like caught, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's, there's a lot of like sidestepping and like it's hard. Like you want full transparency, and we're not really seeing that. So, just a question for you, Tanzim. So they came out. We saw Steve Smith's emotional press conference, and today Warner came out and gave a press conference as well. So what did you make of this press conference? Do you think they were genuine or?
I feel Steve Smith's reaction, since he was the first one to kind of do the interviews, I thought his one was more genuine in regards to his reaction and how he cried in front of the cameras. But I feel like since Dave Warner had like a time to kind of had a buffer time in regards from Steve Smith's conference, he had time to think about what he had to say, and he could use it as like a template pretty much. And I feel like if you notice Dave Warner's like being of the interview, I feel like him coming into the press conference, he knows he has to cry at some point. You get me? So he has to trigger that emotion. Obviously, like he's probably upset and stuff about what happened. Like that's normal, but he needs to trigger himself in order to provide an emotional reaction. Because if you don't react emotionally from the camera, then media's going to think that you're not being serious.
Especially compared to Smith's emotional one.
Exactly. So he knows he has to cry. It's about when. So I think he was trying too hard initially, and then obviously it came out. The emotions came out eventually, and he started tearing up. So that's the nature of, I guess, interacting with the media. I feel that Steve Smith's one was a more natural, but Warner's one was a bit fake, artificial, towards the beginning, and obviously when the emotions came out, then he was more natural towards the end, and he was very rehearsed in his answers, so that was like a really big thing. He was saying the same response to every single question, so he didn't want to expose too much or create too many questions, even though he did, ironically, because of his one answer response to every single question.
Yeah. So, what do you think the Australian team, like, how do you think they will go ahead from here? What direction will the Australian team take?
I thought the selectors, I think the way they determined the suspensions was very tactical, in the sense that they would be back just before Ashes and even the World Cup. So in that sense, to look at it in a positive way, I think it's a chance for the youngsters to step up. There's so many fillers in the Australian team, like you have not fillers, but players coming in and out, such as and haven't solidified the spot in the team, such as maybe someone like Travis Head, some inconsistent but a good player, Sean Marsh, Mitch Marsh, Khawaja, including in the ODI team and the Test teams. So it gives more of them of an opportunity to blood players. So even Renshaw will get more of a chance, Joe Burns will get a chance. It's actually not a terrible thing for the Australian team, so they can invest in some of the players, see who performs the best, and then towards the World Cup and stuff, just slot Steve Smith back into the team, and then they have like a good team. So in that sense, it's not terrible, but obviously like it won't be the best team because they'll have some experimentation before the World Cup.
And there's some important series against India, and they have an ODI series against England.
Exactly.
Cool.
And so what I wanted to kind of ask you, Tariq, is how will Australia cope without their two best batsmen?
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty tough. It's going to be really tough because, as we know, Steve Smith is a really talented prodigy, and if you look at his stats, he's been averaging close to 60 which is one of the best in the last 2 generations. That's one of the best statistically. And so it's going to be really hard to fill his shoes. And David Warner, as we know, has also been really good. So both in the top 10 batsmen in the world for quite a while now. So it's going to be really big shoes to fill. And also the match experience. So like other players that are coming in, like Renshaw, Joe Burns, like they don't have as much experience. But it's also a great opportunity for people to step up. Players like Khawaja, Payne, and all the other young guys. It's really time to like step up and really create a name for themselves. So I think it's an exciting time. But one thing I'd like to say is I don't think it's fair to rule out Warner, like, because he's still got, I think he's still got a lot of cricket in him and a lot of talent with him. I mean, like Misbah al-Haq played until like he was 40, like 40. So I don't know why there's. I mean, there is the whole issue about the team culture, wanting to change the team culture. But if he's gone for a year and he actually really does change himself, and he doesn't have to take any leadership positions, but he can really, I mean, he'll still be a very valuable asset, I reckon.
Speaking, you mentioned about the team culture. I think that's like a really big talking point in regards to people talking about, is there like a whole issue about team culture in the Australian cricket team? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, 100%. I think there's definitely a team culture issue. I mean, there was an article by Mickey Arthur where he explicitly said that there were some really problematic elements within the Australian team when he was coaching the team, and there's a lot of arrogance and hubris against other people. There's this attitude of privilegedness and that they're better than all the other players out there, and maybe it's because they're getting paid more. Like some of them, Mickey Arthur said some of them are getting paid more per match than what Pakistanis are earning in maybe like a year. Like that's how much of a disparity there is. So I mean, yeah, I mean, there's definitely got to change. It's a really good step what Tim Payne did in the current match that's happening, the fourth test, how all the players shook hands with the South Africans. So yeah, it's a step in the right direction. Hopefully for Australian cricket does improve.
Yeah, like I don't think the team culture is necessary. Everyone thinks like just as you get into the Australian team, there's a team culture problem. I feel like it exists in the domestics and in the lower leagues before they actually make the Australian team. And I think it's something that's embedded in the kind of domestic system in the Australian setup when they play cricket here. So in that sense, there is an issue in regards to sledging. Like I've heard many instances from my interactions where a lot of or very high level grade players, they come to play lower league, maybe a few games, and they're sledging like these kind of club cricketers like insane. It's just like, bro, chill, you know what I mean? But obviously I'm not going to say everyone does it, but I'm saying that this culture does exist to some degree, and I guess it moves into the Australian team, and then when on an international level they take it even more seriously.
Yeah, I mean sledging, it is tactical. I mean, you can gain advantages, but I think there's a limit. There's a limit to sledging and like what's being said. And there's certain red lines that shouldn't be crossed. And so.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess that's what we want to discuss in regards to all the ball tampering incident. And, it is, if you actually reflect on it, the idea of bringing sandpaper onto the field to, like, it's so stupid. But, it's been a massive bust up. So us co-founders of Knightwatchman Sports just wanted to have a chat about it. You can check out on our Facebook page all our bats that we sell. We like to sell quality cricket bats in Sydney and cricket gear. We sponsor 2 high-level cricketers, so you can check out their videos on our Facebook page, our Instagram page, instagram.com/KWM Sports, and hit us up, send us a message if you want to buy quality cricket bats. We've got new stickers, personal stickers as well, so you can definitely check those videos out. And we're looking forward to seeing you soon. So I hope you take it easy. See you around.
See ya. See you guys.